Greetings to our viewers, listeners, and our clients in general. My name is Mr. Dominicus Chakumba. I'm a senior customs officer responsible for the NAMPORT gates into the port, also the dry ports, and also the scanner. Today I'm going to touch on procedures for goods to and from vessels. So let's start with the to, meaning the export. So here there's two parts. These other goods are going into the port for export, or they're just going into as provisions for local vessels to use while they're in our waters. In that regard, it's not an export. So the procedure is for the export is there must be an SAD 500 export document. There must be a transport order. There must be a shipping order stamped. What must be stamped? And there must be a permission letter to move the goods into the port. So that is for export. Now when it comes to goods not going for export, for example, going to local vessels like provisions, groceries, food that are going to be consumed by the crew, captain and crew. In that regards, we only need a permission letter that is signed and stamped approved by NAMRA that you are going to move these provisions, and a list of package list of what it is. So that will be accompanied by a shipping order, not a shipping order, just a permission letter, and to say that it's going to the crew. Okay, let's come to the from. That's now import. It's just the opposite of export. So when things are coming from the vessels, obviously there must be customs documentation, SAD 500, and then there must be a landing order because it's landing. There must be a transport order to transport it out of the port. Now there is two parts for this. The goods can land to be stored in the port. For example, like the dry ports to go on a later date. So in that regards, the permission letter will need to be framed and approved by NAMRA. In the second part, we also have embargoes. Embargo is a restricted, basically a restricted good, and is sealed in containers or like still under customs control that we provisionally allow out of the port so we can save the trader non-port storage fees, demurrage charges, and also facilitate trade, because it doesn't make sense if a consignment is going to, let me say, Oshakati, and we inspect it here. Well, we can seal it and send it over to be inspected by Oshakati colleagues. So in that regard, embargoes also come through, and embargoes are signed and approved by the regional manager to move goods out of the port. Where it's destined to is when they book for physical examination, and duties and taxes are then collected. Okay, let's come to the scrap metal, the dry dock. The dry dock is basically an area where ships are repaired or maintained in the port. So in that regard, ships come in, they park there to be repaired. So in those two areas, you have to look like it's a foreign flag vessel or a local vessel. If it's a foreign flag vessel, that scrap, that is those cut-offs and that scrap, we regard that as an IM4, a permanent importation, because the procedure is they go for weighing outside the port, because we don't have a weighing machine in the port. When they go for weighing, they will be escorted by a customs officer. They will then come back with a weight receipt to say that this scrap is weighing how much, and the rate at which they are selling it to the scrap. That amount is then used to calculate the VAT that is due to us. So now in that regard, the backlog manifest is then created to declare this scrap as IM4. That is only for foreign flag vessels. Other than that, the port in general, anything that moves in and out of the port, we regard the port as international waters. So anything that moves in and out of the port will need to be approved by NAMRA so we can be aware what is going in and out. With those few words, I submit and have a good day.